fans here fired up as usual at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today, a good battle in the NFC. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olson. Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
He'll look to throw. That one hung over the middle by the rookie. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. And I don't think it's going to be his last.
He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. It's second down.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, he just puts a little too much in front.
A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
Third and 9. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Over the middle and take it in. He's got it.
Offside. Defense.
Here's first and 10. Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up.
That's not an easy catch any means, but at this level, Mike, you get paid to catch them all. And really, you get paid to catch the hard ones. And you know that hit, it's coming either way. And I remember learning as a young player early in my career, the hit's coming, you're going to get knocked to the ground. It feels a lot better getting off the ground and handing the ball to the official.
That one's incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Brings up third down and
third and
10.
long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
It's now
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And this is tough here on the opening drive because sometimes when you miss one early, we've seen head coaches change how they approach fourth down. So going to get as many chances here. We're going to find out throughout the rest of the game.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
We met with them the other day, Mike, and the offensive coordinator, he went out of his way. He was adamant that they felt really good early in this game. There was a lot of things on this opening script they could do to attack this defense. Well, needless to say, I don't think giving up a sack on the first play was what he had in mind, and now they face a second and long. They got to get back on track.
Man in motion is Smith. And he nearly got free. As it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 11.
Out of the gun, he'll throw, and this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target, no catch, and now fourth down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Eagles offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll drop to throw. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
A 13-yard gain brings up third and a yard.
It's going to be third. They need 1. They'll try to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. It's the quarterback with the sneak, and he's going to have the Eagles first down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the fourth down conversion.
Mike, I think the way we've seen the NFL going these past couple years is I think all these quarterbacks, they love when the call comes in for the sideline for quarterback sneak. Hey, coach, put the game on my shoulders. With this offensive line, I'm going to pick up this first down, and that's exactly what they did.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Point after try forthcoming. His kick is good, and the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Eagles 7, Rams nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack. But there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss.
They'll throw out of the gun. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And there's defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. 15-yard pickup there. Good for an Eagles first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything. Conversation about the value of the run game. But when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for. It's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Now a give to Davis. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
At the 26. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run here with Barkley. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Nick Sirianni now going to send out the field goal unit. This will be a 46-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Eagles will extend to a 10-0 lead. So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This returnable from the 4. he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Rams offense ready to take over possession of the football. This unit hasn't been at their best early on. Punt followed by an interception on their first two drives. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. The Nets will cup on the slant. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. That one caught by Smith. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue at
9-yard line.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Man in motion is Smith. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
3rd and inches.
They'll try to sneak it here, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
First down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete.
Number 10.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Man in motion is Smith. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
And this is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10.
At their own 9-yard
We'll
line.
go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Oh, Barkley has fumbled. And the Rams come up with the recovery. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. the play fake.
It's 7 yards. It's second down.
We are through one. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Second quarter now, Rams in control of the football. Work to do now as they come up on second and long, as we are ready to get back underway. That's caught by Smith on the right side. That's a good game there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Rams.
Touchdown, Los Angeles.
So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
The extra point is good, and the Rams are on the board. It's 10-7.
Rams 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense and their running back set to go once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Looking for his tight end there, but let him too far. That's an incompletion.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
That's complete to Smith. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Rams offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They come out throwing here to start the drive. Huff brings it in left side. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Now they'll set up to throw. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
There is no worse feeling either coming back to the huddle or the sideline after a big drop, and that was a beautifully designed play, perfectly placed ball, and he just couldn't make the grab.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for the Rams. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. A run with Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
2nd and 11. Man in motion is Smith. Throwing now from the gun. Out wide, that's to Davis. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
3rd down, 3 to go. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They bring their tight end right. Left side, it's caught by Brown. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. First grab of the game for Brown. Good enough for a first down.
40-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. He throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
Quick throw here is complete. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His second touchdown of the afternoon. Well, they were not hiding anything there. The quarterback takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for the touchdown.
And this was a run from the jump, Mike. There was no disguising anything. There was 10 guys blocking and 1 guy running, and in this case, it's the quarterback taking it in for 6.
Now, the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will get out in front, 17-7.
17. Rams 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
36-yard line.
The Rams offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 46-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Atwell sent in motion here. They motion a receiver right. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. Now, faking the give. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
I had a rule, Mike, when I was playing that if the ball hit either of my hands, it was a drop. You don't get paid in the NFL to make the easy ones. You get paid in the NFL to make them all, and I think that's a catch he's got to come down with.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Eagles recover the football.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
He'll look to throw. Open is the tight end, Kraft. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
3rd and 2.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
We're out of the gun. They give it to Buckley. And right to the 25-yard line. That is enough for the first down. So they pick it up on the ground, and the drive keeps going.
And I think if they didn't get it there, even with the lead, I think that coach is telling them, hey, this is 4 down territory. But that's all for naught now, because after that good blocking up front, he picks up a fresh set of downs.
The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
To throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Got his man at the 6. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
That's good.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First and goal.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a...
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. His receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Point after, coming up here. It's up and good. And the Eagles up their lead. It's now 24-7.
Rams 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. To the outside, he's got Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35.
That's good.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
Big-time completion here as they try to get some points before the half. And remember, they're getting the ball back after the break, so they get a chance to double up possessions here if they're able to put a scoring drive together in the closing stages of this half.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
A throw on the move is caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
At the 37-yard
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. First down throw there is incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that first down marker, but they're going to mark him just short. So 3rd down coming up.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Now, for the point after. He knocks it through, and the Rams back within 10. It's now 24-14.
Rams 14.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here's Gainwell to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Eagles offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. Back to throw here to begin the drive.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Motion man is the tight end going right. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges. Get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Rams offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. The third quarter begins with a run. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
That's good for a Rams first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Cup in motion. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. They'll look to throw. This one complete to Atwell. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run. There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 4. Cup in motion. Now give on the ground. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
But after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
On third down, they're trying to get it on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
The Rams punting unit coming out as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Eagles offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. Now Davis. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. He's up the sideline to the 25. Down the sideline, past the 40. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
First down.
Big-time play for Philly. 53 yards.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Complete to number 81. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd down and 5. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Davis. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
3rd and 4.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a first down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run! Touchdown, Philadelphia. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Eagles will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
31. Rams 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Rams offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10.
The ability to read and then react on this run. That was the key to this play here, Mike, for the linebacker. He's the run-through player, but when you hit it as fast as he does, the offensive linemen have no chance of getting off their combination blocks to account for you. You get through with speed in the backfield, and you take them down for a loss.
Man in motion is Smith. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though, yes. He's got it. That's a first down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Second down, they need 3. Thrown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Rams first down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Now they'll set up to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. He's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly, and even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
To him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
You just don't expect to see a sack on an RPO. I mean, of course, one half of that play, Mike, is a designed run. The other component of the play is the pass option. That ball, if it determines that it's a pass read, That ball has to be out of the hand of the quarterback quickly. The offensive line is not prepared to pass block for an extended period of time.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Rams offense ready to get back to work. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now a give up the middle. Oh, yeah. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
14 on the pickup. 1st down, L.A.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 43, here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now from the gun. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Complete. He's got top. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
That's good.
It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front?
Oh, the ball's out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here. The ball comes loose. Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense on the field and see if they can finish this drive.
Quick throw, taken in. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
To number 80. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Third and long. They'll look to set up the screen here. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
Sean McVay will send out the field goal unit. This a 42-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good.
makes the
And the
score
Rams
Eagles
will
31,
cut into that lead.
Rams 20.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. On the ground is Barkley to start the drive. And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's second down.
29-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Check.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's able to get it up to the 37-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
In motion, the tight end Uzama. On the handoff, it's Davis. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes!
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Number 81. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 18-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
Brings us 3rd and 3.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Eagles offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. That's taken in left side by Smith. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
At the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Well, another catch for his favorite target.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
At the 28-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
And in motion is Brown. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
18 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
A try here for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Rams 20.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 2. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
First and 10 at the 41.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Second and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Back to the air once more. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. It's picked up by one of his teammates. And it looks like he's going to come up just short of the first down. Out of bounds, a yard shy of what they needed. They'll have to pick it up on third down.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
No gain on a quarterback sneak? That's pretty surprising, Mike, anytime we see that happen. There just aren't many plays in the NFL that we consider to be automatic. The quarterback sneak is normally pretty close.
He's got his man. Allen with the connection. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on fourth down.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the fourth quarter.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll step up and run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, here comes second and 4. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's over the middle and caught by Smith. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And the Rams are going to have first and goal. He's inside the 10. Mark him at the 7.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come fourth down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up first and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's first and goal. He's got it at the 3. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. the kicking team on for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Defense.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Eagles offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Here's a zone read to start the drive. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. Clock is stopped, 55 seconds remaining here in the game.
Back at the 39-yard line.
On second down, Barkley. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down. The Rams use their third and final timeout. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. It is 3rd and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. On fourth down, out comes the punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
Yeah, that one just didn't feel right from the jump. I think he sensed that he was either going to take a sack or get baited into making a bad throw. So ultimately, a good decision. Just throw the ball away.
Here we go. One final play. He's going to look deep. Going to Cup. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Eagles. They take care of business here at home. It's a game they were expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.